All right, welcome to the next episode of COVID-19 Chem 111. This is experiment 3, preparation and properties of oxygen. So what we're going to do first is the activity where we make oxygen. So what I have here are several bottles just full of water. We're going to collect oxygen gas, but because air is a gas and oxygen's a gas, you have a container full of air, you can't tell if you have oxygen in there. So how do we know if it's filled with oxygen? We do a reaction that makes oxygen, and then we push the water out. It's actually called the downward displacement of water. So the oxygen will push water out. That's how we'll know we'll have bottles full of oxygen. In order to make, in order to make oxygen, we have a container here that has a little bit of manganese 4 oxide. That's a catalyst. So a catalyst is something that's added to a reaction that doesn't actually get used up, makes the reaction go faster. And what we're going to do is decompose hydrogen peroxide. Now, in order to do that, first we have to add a little bit of water because we don't want any of the gas to go up this tube that we're using to add things. We want the gas to go out this tube. So I'm just adding some deionized water here, just enough so that it's above the level of that tube, which you can see it is. I think, yeah, I'll make a little bit more maybe. All right, and now we're basically ready to go. And I don't know if you could have seen, but there's even bubbles of air coming out here. So remember, there's air in here. So now I'm going to add the hydrogen peroxide. You can see this is going to foam up like crazy. See it go. All right, so that gas, if you want to film here, that gas that's coming out is right now, it's forming oxygen, but it's pushing the air out of this flask. So we're going to give it a minute just for the air to get pushed out. Then I'm going to fill up these bottles. We'll cut away and I'll come back when all the bottles are filled. So to do this, this is full of water. I'm going to flip this over and then I'm going to pull out this glass plate, and this water is over a hole here. So it's probably pushed out enough air. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to literally bubble oxygen into here. So that's oxygen gas. You can see it's pushing the water out. If you want to try something like this at home, what's kind of cool to do is, it's backing up. You could take a potato and grind it up and put it in with some, if you have hydrogen peroxide at home, it'll do the same thing. Potatoes have an enzyme that does that. It seems to be, oh no, it's done, that's why. All right, so I'm going to come back when I have all the bottles filled.